Hi everyone, this is Anupama Chopra. It's an Emmys 2020 special. This year, due to the pandemic, the Emmys became the first major awards show to go completely virtual, and I, for one, thought the format was pretty cool. But I'm going to be honest, I've watched way more films than television shows this year. So I have with me my film companion colleague and our resident streaming buff, Rahul Desai. He's going to shed some light, for me too, on the biggest Emmy winners this year, streaming exclusively on Disney Plus Hotstar Premium. Rahul, were there any major upsets or did the favorites do their job?
Hi, Anu. I'm actually happy to report that there were actually no major upsets. Most of the ones I was rooting for, all of them won. That almost never happens. And as you mentioned, because of the pandemic, like many of us, I was stuck at home. So I ended up watching a lot of television shows through the year. And that's why the Emmys for me this year was bigger than the Oscars. It was the rare year I knew absolutely every title that was up in the nominee section. And most of them won big. All my favorite shows, especially Succession, which is pretty much the world's favorite show at this time, it expectedly took home the biggest trophy of the night, which is Outstanding Drama Series. And Watchmen won a record 11 Emmys, which is the highest number this year, including Outstanding Limited Series, which was another big award. The Hugh Jackman starrer Bad Education won the Outstanding TV movie. I was lucky enough to catch it a couple of months ago, and it's a deserved award. The great Mark Ruffalo, who's one of my favorite actors, won his first solo acting Emmy for the miniseries I Know This Much Is True. And this is after being nominated a bunch of times for the Oscars and Emmys. So I was very happy about that. Disney Plus's very own The Mandalorian almost swept all the technical awards, which are the creative Emmys. And of course, there was, as usual, the variety talk show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, which again won the Emmy. I think it's his fifth consecutive Emmy, which is outstanding. And I'd say the only semi-upset for me was Succession actually not managing to win the Outstanding Supporting Actor category, because it actually had three actors in that category.
Okay, so let's talk, Rahul, a little more about Succession, which feels like it's the talk of every town this year. So everyone I know and trust has been raving about the series, especially the second season that aired this year. It's been on my to-watch list for ages, and I will remedy it soon. But tell me, Rahul, what makes this show so special that it's won at both the Golden Globes and the Emmys? I don't remember both the critical and popular discourse being so overwhelmingly positive for any series in recent memory.
Yeah, honestly, I know you can never really miss the bus with Succession, because I watched both the seasons again during lockdown earlier this year after putting it off for, almost over a year. So, you can catch it now because it's back in conversation, and you'd still feel like you're right in the middle of the conversation. Actually, in fact, Succession was the show I actually got a Disney Plus Hotstar Premium account for earlier this year, and I'm glad I did. What writer and showrunner Jesse Armstrong managed with Succession, for me personally, it ranks right up there with the Breaking Bads of this era. And it's what makes Succession so special is the fact that it's unlike any other dysfunctional rich family tale, because almost every character of the Roy family, which is the family the series is based on, would have actually been a ruthless capitalist villain in any other film or series. It's basically like watching a reality show about Shakespearean characters, but based in 2020. And, the viewer feels like a voyeur because of that, and a voyeur, in the best way possible.
That sounds fabulous. I love that description. Shakespearean characters in 2020. So obviously the Television Academy felt the same way. Now I noticed you, Rahul, had very strong feelings for Jeremy Strong's character in the series, and he won his first Emmy, Outstanding Lead Actor.
Yeah, honestly, Jeremy Strong winning the lead actor Emmy was personally my favorite moment of the Emmys of the year of any awards function.
The other big winner streaming on the platform is Watchmen, and the wonderful Regina King winning another Emmy, rare for what is essentially a vigilante superhero series.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually in the middle of watching Watchmen when I started watching the Emmys, like I was midway through the series, and I totally understand the attention it got. I think what really elevated a superhero series like Watchmen to, greatness, and it's won a record Emmy number of Emmys this year, was the fact that the creators sort of refashioned the original comic to fit the mood of contemporary America. Because, believe it or not, the timing was just right. I know it's a cliche, but that's how it is. in the wake of this Black Lives Matter movement and the George Floyd protests that has been, sweeping across America all year, the way Watchmen framed racial injustice within the pillars of a superhero narrative for me was fantastic. It's a story of our times, and you never get to say that about superhero series or films most of the time. I'd also like to mention Euphoria, the other series that took home the award for outstanding lead actress. It's a superbly short series, and it's a unique series for how it does such a very good job of examining millennial conflict in a very psychological way. I've never seen a series short and edited, at least craft-wise, so unique. It's raw, it's beautifully acted, and Zendaya, of course, was the talk of the night because she became the youngest winner for outstanding lead actress at the Emmys ever. And her on celebration with her families and friends on webcam, for me, was one of the most endearing moments of the Emmys. I really liked how genuine the celebration was. So she's gone from teen Disney star to singer and now to an award-winning serious actor. So her arc is really something to proud for.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. She's just so stunning, but in a way that feels really smart. Yeah. It's not just a physical beauty. It's a sort of intelligent, cerebral beauty, if you will. And I think she's just fantastic. I was also personally very happy to see Mark Ruffalo. He's such a fine actor. He's done such great work for so many years. And he finally, like you said, won a major award after being nominated so often. He's just gotten better with age. And I haven't watched, I know this much is true, but just the prospect of seeing him in a double role as two brothers is very exciting.
No, you're right. As I said, Mark Ruffalo, everyone's favorite actor. And it's always so nice to see people like him who you really genuinely believe are such hardworking, great actors and, great human beings for that matter because of what he's done so far. And I was praying for him to win the category because, at the end of the show, you actually notice how much the series seemed to have sucked out of him as an artist, as a performer. It's actually an epic performance because, and the director, Derek Cianfrance, is also responsible for two of my favorite films in the last decade, which is Blue Valentine and Place Beyond the Pines. And even though the series sort of received mixed reviews, I think Mark Ruffalo's performance was easily one of the best of the year.
So, Hulk beat Wolverine in the acting category, but Wolverine's story won the best TV movie. Is that right? Again, it's nice to see stars like Hugh Jackman flex their acting muscles in critically acclaimed films like Bad Education and not just in sort of big blockbusters.
Yeah, true. Bad Education for me was a very, very interesting film because I always love to see great characters on screen. Normally, Matt Damon is my favorite in these characters. He does them very well. So I was very happy and surprised to see how well Hugh Jackman played this character, which is, in my opinion, one of the most complex performances of his very long career. You could actually see him really go for it in the film because he basically plays a character who's living a double life. He's a school superintendent who is actually a hero, a white knight for the entire community. And then slowly throughout the film, we see he's exposed as a scammer who eventually gets convicted of embezzling millions from the school. It's based on a true story. And I think Hugh Jackman will look back later in his career and be very, very proud of this performance.
And finally, Rahul, John Oliver, again dominating the variety talk show category. It's remarkable that even throughout the lockdown, last week tonight, managed to remain consistently relevant, brilliant, sharp as ever. He's already one of the all-time greats, and it's one of the smartest, best research shows on TV right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I missed a meal during lockdown where I wasn't watching John Oliver. That's my routine. I just watch his talk show while eating, and sometimes my meals are just extended because of that. Because he's so good that every time I want to rant about something, which is quite a lot, I imagine myself speaking in John Oliver's very fast British accent.
Maybe your meals taste better because of him.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so guys, if you want to watch the shows we've talked about, all these Emmy winners are streaming exclusively on Disney Plus Hotstar Premium.